call the names, so they should get ready. So I will ask them, to show the activity. And those which I have not checked yesterday, so they will show me today. Okay. So I can ask anyone to show me activity. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So let me share my screen. So now we are going to talk about. Yesterday we have seen how to copy. So now we will see the MB command. MB command. So make sure so that those who they are turning off their videos, I'm observing all of you guys.
Copy and paste, cut and paste. This file
Okay, so now we will see the next one. So let me increase the images.
will be renamed as new file1.txt. See,
Okay, so in this, you have seen the command MV. So the MV, the purpose of the MV command is to rename the file. So for example, we have a file1.txt. So I have given the new name, the new file1.txt. So the purpose of the MV command to rename the file. What is the purpose of this command? To rename the file.
once you press enter, there is no file1.txt. This has been changed as new file1.txt. Same thing goes for directories also. dir1 will be changed as new dir1. Now there is no such directory called dir1. It is being changed to new dir1. You want cut and paste? The command is move. I want to cut this particular directory, new dir1. I would like to paste it under /opt. Now there is no new dir1 here. Since this is not copy and paste, this is cut and paste. So this is completely, you can see under /opt now. Now there you see a directory got pasted here, that is new dir1. So with single command, you got two operations. You can rename a file, even you can do cut and paste.
Okay, so you have seen here. So in the first, you can see MBAR, so dir1 and new directory. So this is the one purpose. And the second purpose you can see here, MV, and then you can see the new directory and then /opt. So here you can understand here's we are giving the absolute path. So I think that we have seen in the absolute path and the relative path. So when you're giving the absolute path, so this time we are not, the renaming the directory. So this time we are cut and paste. So now you can see here the MV new directory. So this directory I want to paste in the OPT directory. So you can see here after writing the command ls, please show me the all the list, all the files and directories of the OPT, and then you can see here the new dir1 is already pasted here. So you have to understand the the situation, and you have to also understand the okay. So the what is the purpose of this command now? Okay, before that we didn't specify the the absolute path. Okay, so this time we are going to change the file name or maybe the directory name. Okay, so you can write down the command. So now I'm going to move next. So you have few seconds to write down this command. Hurry up. Okay, I'm moving forward.
And then you have the command called rm. Rm is to remove a file or a directory. For example, you want to remove a file, rm file2.txt to be removed. By default, rm command, move command, copy command works in interactive mode. What is the meaning of interactive mode? Like before you remove a file, it will prompt you. Okay? It should prompt you whether you would like to remove this particular file or not. I believe some aliases has been removed over here. Okay? By default, aliases would be there. See, the file has been removed now. Likewise, you want to remove multiple files, star.txt. Multiple files will be removed. Wherever
So you have seen here the rm command. Rm means we are going to delete. Star means all files which having the extension txt. Please write down this command. Okay, I'm moving forward.
we have the files called extensions txt, multiple files will be removed. That there is no start.txt files there. Likewise, if you want to remove empty directories, you can run the command called rmdir dir2. But with rmdir, you cannot remove nested directories. You'll have an error message. India is not an empty directory. Under India, you got a directory called Telangana. Under Telangana, you got a directory called Hyderabad. If you want to remove nested directories there, you have to use the option rm-r, specify the parent.
Now you have seen this time rm simple command used to delete the files. If I want to delete the directory, then I have to use the command rm dir and the directory name. So now we have another the situation. So what is the situation? We are going to delete India. So we have already created the India directory. So India has a subdirectories, Telangana, and then we have another subdirectory of Telangana, Hyderabad, right? So if I'm going to try to delete India, which is the India has two other subdirectories, it will give you the error message because this directory is not empty. Okay, so it want to check. So whether we want to delete this India, which has the the some files or the directories are available. So then I have to use this command rm hyphen r. So here is the recursive. So this time we are going to use to delete the the India and also including all its subdirectories. So this is the way it will work.
Into directory name. Then only you can remove nested directories. Same thing, if you want to work with rm command in verbose mode, you can do that. dir3, dir4. Okay, multiple directories can be removed. I don't think I have directories there. rm-r. I forgot to give r, right? See, multiple directories has been removed. dir3 and dir4. ls. It's a clean system now. With India, you got a directory called Telangana. Under Telangana, you got a directory called Hyderabad. If you want to remove nested directories there, you have to use the option rm-r, specify the parent directory name. Then only you can remove nested directories. Same thing, if you want to work with rm command in verbose mode, you can do that. dir3, dir4. Okay, multiple directories can be removed. I don't think I have directories there. rm-r. I forgot to give r, right? See, multiple directories has been removed. dir.
Okay, now you can see here, if I want to remove the multiple directories at the same time, but on the same location, then I'm going to use this command rm hyphen rv. Verbose means yesterday we also talking about. It will give you the more clear picture what you are going to do it now. Okay, and then you can remove the multiple directories. Okay, so write on these commands, then I will move to the next. So you have few seconds. Please write down this command. Hurry up. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next statement.
dir3 and dir4. ls. It's a clean system now, with no files, with no directories. Everything has been removed. Okay? Clear. This is to clear the screen. You want to see the current date and time, run the command date. You want to see the calendar, you run the command called calendar. You see the current month, 2000.
Write down these commands.
2019, May 2019. You want to see the calendar for the past, present, and the coming month? You have an option called hyphen 3. Okay? You have an option called hyphen 3. Like that, if you see one real-time example, all of you, like there is a messages file here. Okay, let me take a kernel file, this kernel log file here. You want to see the data of this kernel log file, we'll run this particular command. But you see this particular command, all of you, this file is huge. I want to see the data like first 10 lines, last 10 lines, something like that. I don't want to see the complete data. There you have some option called tail. Rather than using cat command, I'm using tail, kernel.log. That means by default, I can see the last 10 lines. If you want to see the first 10 lines, head kernel.log. You see the first 10 lines.
Okay, so you can see here the purpose of tail and the head. So you can see here that if you are writing the tail, it will show you the last 10 lines. So if you have very big file, so and then you want to see the first 10 lines or the last 10 lines, then you can have option. You can use the head command and the tail command as well. So make sure you have to understand if the file size is too big, too many lines, that time it will work finely. If you have a three lines, then you can't see the any effect. Is that clear? Okay, write down this command, then I'm moving forward.
With head command, I can see the first 10 lines of this file. With the tail command, I can see the last 10 lines of this particular file. You can even customize it. For example, you want to see last 20 lines, you can also use this particular command. Last 20 lines. You want to see the last line, you can also do that. Last two lines, you want to see the first two lines, you can manipulate your data, something like this. With the cat command, what happens? Complete data would be on the screen. If you don't want to see the complete data, if you want to manipulate your files data, you can always run head and tail command. With head and tail command, you can find out the first 10 lines and the last 10 lines by default, but else you can also customize it. If you wanted to see the number of file systems, you run the command called df. Df stands for disk free. With the df, you can find out the number of partitions created at the time of installing operating system. You can see I just got only one partition got created here. It is using almost 40 GB, all of you. Only 19% has been used, remaining everything is free. If you wanted to see more information, you can see df-h capital T. You see, this is the type of the file system.
Okay, so the command of the df, so the if I want to see the how much the size of the hard disk is available, how much I have utilized the the storage, then I'm going to use the command df. You already checking the storage when you're going to check the my computer, and you click on the hard disk, and then you can understand how much space is available, how much is occupied. So how we can check in the Linux. So you can see here the df command is used. And then now you can see here, this is our partitions over there. And now you can see here, so the 40 GB is there. And then how much use, you can see here, the 19% it has been used. So it means we have 81% is left. So then I can manage my data according to the my situation. Please write down this command, then I will move next. Okay, I'm moving next.
But only one partition got created here. It is using almost 40 GB, all of you. Only 19% has been used, remaining everything is free. If you wanted to see more information, you can see df-h capital T. You see, this is the type of the file system. 40 GB here, out of 40 GB, 7 GB has been utilized, 31 GB has been left free.
Okay, so you can see here. So here is the more detailed command df hyphen h. So make sure you have to follow the syntax. H in lowercase and T in uppercase. So if you're not following the upper and lowercase, so it might give you the error. Okay, so write down this command. So I'm going to move. So now you can see here in this one, it will specify you. Okay, so that we have 40 GB, 7 GB use, 31 GB left. So it has given you the more detailed information about the hard disk. And then ext4. So this is a file system used by the Linux. Okay, please write on this command. Now I'm going to move to the next.
19% got usage of this particular. Can you see the partition number? This is the reference to your partitions in Linux operating system. If you wanted to see the directory usage, you got the command called du. In the current working directory called var log, if you wanted to see the directory usage, there is an option called du-s, which is for summary in a human readable format. The size of this particular directory, all of you, is almost 60 MB.
So you have seen. So this is the purpose of this one. If I want to see the the directory usage, so what is the size of the net? So you can see 60 megabytes. So now we can move. So and then the PWD. So there's someone asking the question about why we are using the every time PWD. Of course, I want to know in which directory I am talking about and what is the the storage I have seen now. So this is the reason we are going to see this PWD. Okay, so du hyphen s h and then dot. So you can see here. And next we have seen the PWD. It will print the working directory now.
Var log is almost 60 MB. Let me go to one level directory back. Du-sh. Can you see what is the size of slash var? Almost 1.8 GB. Like that, you can find out the disk usage or directory usage. The directory usage of slash var is 1.8 GB.
Okay, you have seen here. So that he moved to the another the directory. So which is the var. And now you can see here. So what is the usage? So du hyphen sh and then space dot. So 1.8 GB. So this is the way we can know the size of the the each directory. Okay, so please write on this command. I'm moving forward.
Okay, so here we have seen some methods of creating file. We have seen cat method, we have seen touch method, but we haven't discussed about editors in Linux and Unix operating system. So in Linux and Unix operating system, there are different editors available. The graphical editors, all of you, graphical editors like gedit, nedit, okay, pico, this all comes under graphical editors. And the text-based editors are vi, vim, nano, okay. These are all the text-based.
So we have already discussed about the cat command, touch command. We have also seen the the drawback of the the cat commands that we can add the content into the file. But if I want to modify, then I don't have this option. So for this option, we are going to use the editors. Editors means so you can I give you the simple example of Notepad. Notepad is an editor, so you are going to type the the text over there. So you have a maybe I can also use the word office as well. So now how to edit the files in the Linux? So we have a two option, graphical editors and text-based editors. If I'm going to use the graphical, then of course I have to install all this software on the Linux. So and the text-based, so I think they are already built in. So no need to worry about that. So I think for the nano, we have to install, I think. So now we can see here how to modify the content of the file. So for this reason, we are going to use the editors. So what is editor means to edit the file. If I want to modify the content of the file, what I have to do it? I have to use the editors. Okay, let's see.
editors. Like in order to modify the files, in order to modify the existing data, you can make use of the graphical or text-based editors. We have seen with the cat command, yes, you can create a file, you can append the data, you can view the data, but existing data cannot be modified. In order to do that, you have to depend on editors over here. Let's see how to modify the file with VI editor. Let me create a file with the cat command once again. Small refresh. Cat redirecting to, I want to create a file called file1.txt, some lines of text over here. Okay, Control D. Now one file got created, file1.txt. In the case if you want to see the contents of that particular file, cat, you want to see with the line numbers N, with the line numbers you can see. But you cannot modify. I can't take the cursor to modify line number 1, line number 3, or line number 5. If you want to modify that, you have to open with VI editor. In Windows, we have Notepad, WordPad as the default editors in Windows operating system. Unlike in Linux and Unix, you have VI editor. VI, you specify the file, whichever file you would like to modify. Once you press enter, this is where you can see the default mode in VI editor is called command mode, where in the command mode you can perform some operations. So I want to go to the insert mode. The moment you type I, all of you, now this is your insert mode. Wherever you would like to modify, take the cursor and insert the data. Let's say, for example, I want to modify this particular line. The fourth.
Okay, so here is slightly different. It's not like a notepad, you just start typing. So for this reason, you have to change the mode. So you can see on your keyboard, you have to press I. So then it will show you, I think you are in insert mode. So then you can modify the content. So what is the how you can change the content? So when you will open the file, so what you are going to do it first, you have to press I. So I means you are in insert mode. So it means you are going to modify, you are going to insert the data here. Okay, so then after the writing the command, then you will see here how we are going to save the file. Please look at this video.
Line got modified. Okay, or you would like to modify the fifth line, take the cursor there and fifth line is getting modified. Now you would like to save the changes, go back to the command mode, go to the execution mode by typing shift colon write and quit. W and Q is nothing but write the changes and quit from the editor. Now you see this particular file.
Okay, so what you have done, so you press escape key and then shift colon, the colon you will press and W write and Q for quit. So, and then the content will be saved. So what is this one? Colon. So how to press colon? So I think you have to shift and then the colon key near the beside the L key, and then you have to type W, write, it means save, and Q for quit. And now we want to see the content.
Has been modified. This is what you can do with VI editor. Since we cannot modify the files with what? Cat or touch command, you can modify the files with VI editor. Okay, I'll give a
Okay, so now we are going to move. So if you want to edit, you can edit, and then you can tell me the can you open the file with the VI editor. So first create the file using the cat command, add some content, and then open the file with the VI editor, and then update the file. Okay, I move a little bit some more commands.
I'll give a small introduction about shell scripting, all of you. Now, shell scripting is nothing.
Okay, I'm going to stop it here. So what you have to do? So what are the commands you have seen now? Please write down. So I'll give you the time. So now the time is 10:40, near about 11 o'clock. I will start because we have too many students. It will take long time to see your work, right? So the time start now. So 11 o'clock I will check. So the first person will be Monisha. She will show me her work. Then Prinkly Joe. Then China. China, are you there in the class? Yes, Gurinder, what's your question?
Sir, can you please explain the key combination for saving VI files?
Yeah, so the VI files, when you will open the file VI and then you will specify the name, for example, file1.txt. So first of all, you will press I. So then you will see the insert mode, right? So then you can modify. Otherwise, you will move here and there. You can't, the change the content of the file. Maybe there's some already when you enter, so it will show you the in you are in insert mode. Okay, if not, so then make sure you will press the I insert, right? After writing the
Yes, sir.
commands, then you can, because mostly I use the escape key, and then I will, the press the colon WQ. W for means write and Q for quit. Colon. So when after modification, what I press escape key, on the left, on the laptop, you can see the
Yes,
key.
sir.
So I press the escape key, so you come out from the insert, then the shift, then the beside the L key there is a colon, right? Colon
Yes, sir.
and W for writing, Q for quit. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Yes, Muskan. Yes, Muskan. What's your question? You're muted, Muskan. Okay, you can unmute.
Sir, if you don't mind, can you please repeat the command of VI? I can show again.
Okay, just give me 1 second. So I have discussed with you. So when we are talking about the cat command, what is the drawback of the cat command? You cannot modify the content of the file. For this reason, we have to use the editor. So this is not like a notepad. So when you open the file and you're just typing, so we have to follow some rules. Okay, what are the rules? Okay,
Cat,
so
you want to see with the line.
so this is okay. So
line numbers n with the line numbers you can see, but you cannot modify. I can't take the cursor to modify line number 1, line number 3, or line number 5. If you want to modify that, you have to open with vi editor. In Windows, we have Notepad, WordPad as the default editors in Windows operating system. Unlike in Linux and Unix, you have vi editor. Vi, you specify the file, whichever file you would like to modify. Once you
okay, so you have to VI, so then space, then file name. So when you will press enter, so the this file, so make sure so this file already created through the cat command. Okay, so when you will press
press
enter,
enter, this is where you can
so you can see this is a file. So you cannot go and you go and type, it will not accept any change. Why? So for this reason, you have to press I for insert mode. So when you will be in the insert mode, then you can go and take your cursor at place and then you can modify. Okay, so after that, you have done the modification. So on the left side, you can see the escape key. So then when you will press again the escape key, so then you will come out from the insert mode. It will not show you a come out. Just you will see the cursor, it will change, So here you can see the cursor, it is in the insert mode. And after writing the command, so first what you will do, again, I'm going to repeat, you have to press I. So you should be in insert, then you can modify the content. Okay, you have done modification, then press the escape key, and then you have to type the shift. So beside the L key, there is a colon W Q. So it will show you just now. You can see.
see. The default mode in VI editor is called command mode, where in the command mode you can perform some operations. So I want to go to the insert mode. The moment you type I, all of you, now this is your insert mode. Wherever you would like to modify, take the cursor and insert the data. Let's say, for example, I want to modify this particular line. The fourth line got modified, okay? Or you would like to modify the fifth line. Take the cursor there and fifth line is getting modified. Now you would like to save the changes. Go back to the command mode, go to the execution mode by typing shift colon, write and quit. W and Q is nothing but write the changes and
So if you will see on the bottom, so it's written colon WQ. So I mentioned to you, first you will open the file, you will press I, insert, you can modify the content, then you can press escape key. So you will come out from the insert mode, and then you will see here on the bottom left, you can see here colon and then WQ. So when you will write, so it means you are going to save the content of the file and then Q for quit. And then you can see here on the bottom, let me bring my spotlight. Sorry. So here on the bottom, you can see, so maybe on the, everyone you can see, right? And then you can
quit
come out
from
from
the
the,
editor. Now you see this particular file has been modified.
okay, so this is the way to go. Okay, Muskan. Yes, Bhavesh, I think he's also raising his hand. Yes, Bhavesh, what's your question? Yes, Bhavesh, you can ask me the question.
Yes, sir. Can I share my screen for this?
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, when I move my cursor here, it doesn't modify in that particular line.
You just press I. Now you can add. Now you're writing, right?
Sir, I want to add in second line.
Okay, go
Then
to second line. You just the move the cursor, the up and down arrow keys. You
okay,
just
sir.
type. Yeah, you can, right. So it will
Yes, sir.
it is adding now because so very tricky. So when you're going to use the command I, so make sure you have to understand how I'm going to
Yes, sir.
use. So you have to use the up and the down arrow keys. Go to that location and modify.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so another 10 minutes are left. So I will start checking the students which I have given the names. Lovepreet Singh, I could not see you. Are you there in the class? Lovepreet, Kulvinder, Amandeep, Twinkly Jyot, Shaina, Manjot Kaur 359, Navjot 839. So these students, I'm going to check it first. Anish, today your video is turned off. Anish, one, two. Okay, thank you. Anish. See you next week. Kulvinder. Okay, he's also left. Wrinkly Jot, where are you? Please turn on your video. Okay, I think it's not available.